Today is a very powerful day. I thought I'd do a slightly longer reading. I've done a couple of short ones, but I thought I'd do a longer reading. So we have a new moon, we have the 6 planets aligning across the sky. They have already aligned when I checked at sort of 5 o'clock this morning. On my husband's app, he's got a night sky app, and it's great because you can see everything, even though you can't actually physically see it, you can see where it is. We have the meteor shower, so we've got the eclipse, we've got a new moon, we've got the meteor shower, we've got the planets aligning. What a powerful day it is energetically today. So I thought for those that are interested in a longer reading, I would do a longer reading using the moon oracle cards to help with that. So what message have we got for those people tuning in to this message today? And they have been a little bit chatty earlier on, but now it looks like they get, all right, okay, that one. Oh, okay, nice, I like that. I will explain in a second. We'll have that one. Oh, and that one's speaking to me. No, we don't want you, I want you. Right, okay. It's a bit like choosing children at the end of the day, isn't it? So we have this one, time to give rather than take. Do you know what? This is what I would call random acts of kindness as well. So it's time to give rather than take, you know. And there is that when we give to others, when we do things for other people, we do get that hormone release, we do get that buzz, don't we? Because it's always really good to do things for other people. It's always kind, it's always a higher vibration, as long as we are doing it with that positive intention. If we're doing it out of those kinds of intentions, then maybe not. You'll reflect back what you get, what you reflect out. So if you're reflecting that out, you're going to get that back from other people. The defenses will go up and everything else. So do it with, look how beautiful she is, look how calm and content she is, how peaceful she is. She is giving back to others in that emotion, those feelings, that peace, that content, that love. So do things for others with those intentions. And the next card that came out were, okay, this is interesting. Emotions are running high. This is because of all the celestial events that are going on right now. There's a lot of, oh God, yeah, emotions. There's a lot of, I was going to say topsy-turviness, and by that I mean, and I've had this conversation multiple times in the last 7 days, the last week, where people they're full of energy, they're exhausted, they're tired, they're sleeping, they're napping, they're full of energy, they're on, so for instance, I don't even know what day we're on today, Wednesday, we must be at Wednesday. So Monday, some people, when I had this conversation in a group that I was with, were all saying, yeah, actually, we've been like that. And they actually feel that they're in a different day, and sometimes a different month, or sometimes even a different year. And the last year was like that. The whole year was like that for me. And it's what I call timeline jumping. Now, whether that's completely accurate or not, I don't know. But that's that's the best way I can describe it. I'm jumping all over the place to different times, and therefore potentially different timelines. So, you know, and a lot of this is because of all the astrological events. But remember, today is really powerful. So what I will say to you is, know that emotions are running high, your own too, as well as the people you're interacting with. But because you're watching this, and you've probably watched other ones very similar, you are more in tune with this than those people that don't. Okay, so you are more knowledgeable about these things, and then can therefore understand that the way you're feeling, the way other people are feeling and behaving, is likely to be because of all the energies that are currently in play today in this time. So breathe, and if you have to, my mum always used to say count to 10, and there were days I have to say that 10 quite wasn't enough. But anyway, count to 10, take a breath, and if you need to step out of a situation or step out from something for a moment to get a breather and to get yourself back together and centered again, then please do. A good way of helping yourself with those kinds of emotions, especially if you feel a little bit scattered and you're over here, and your sort of mind is all over the place like this kind of thing, then stop for a moment, put your feet on the floor. If you've got, pardon me, bare feet, that's better. and just feel the energy in the soles of your feet, feel it in the ground, push it into the ground to ground you back into the earth, and you will feel that you'll start to come more centered again. You'll start to feel calmer and your mind will calm down. It take as long as you like to do that. You know, don't sort of put your feet on the ground and go, right, okay, my feet are on the ground, yep, I'm connected, that's it, I'm done, I'm gone in sort of 10 seconds. You need to take a little time. I would say at least a minute or two would be really good. If you can do it for longer, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But it does help you to ground back in and stop that scattered mind where it's over there, oh, did you see this, oh, I've done that, da, 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 da. No wonder you feel exhausted, and I know that because, you know, that's partly me as well. So use these techniques today because they will help you. And the third card that came out, oh, this is interesting for those of you. A new romantic cycle is beginning. Now, when we say romantic cycle, we automatically think a love interest, don't we? A partner. And it could be that you meet a new partner. It could be that if you're already in a relationship, that your relationship suddenly becomes, maybe it becomes a bit more romantic, maybe it becomes a bit more connected, maybe, you know, it goes to a deeper level. If you've been in a long-term relationship, maybe it's one of those things that you kind of suddenly something changes and you become a little bit more like you used to be in the early days, kind of thing. So I just needed that. And it could also be that you're starting a project or thinking of a project that when you do that certain thing, whatever it may be, that you fall in love with it. You fall in love with what you're doing, you know, because when we are, I'm going to loosely call it working, and don't take that any other way than what than this way. You know, when I say working, or loosely working, what I mean is when you do things that you truly love doing, it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel hard. It feels easy. It flows. You know, we are still in that 8 infinity energy that's running out today, but we still are in that infinity energy. So, you know, when we are in that flow, then it doesn't feel like work. It feels enlightening, it feels uplifting, and it's so easy to do. So remember that romantic love is not just romantic love. This could be a love of what you're doing or a new project. Maybe you've moved to a new place and you fall in love with the place that you're in. Maybe you've gone on holiday and found the home of your dreams, the place of your dreams. It's all love in a certain way. But this is a new romantic cycle, falling in love, you know, whether that's a person, a place, a piece of work, a work that you're doing, or something you love. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you. I'm also going to draw, I do love my Wisdom of the Oracle cards at the moment. We're having quite the relationship at the moment, those ones. So what guidance can you add to these? These are very, oh good grief, these are very chatty, these ones. They've been, this week they've been really chatty. In fact, actually it goes back the last 2 weeks. So the 2 cards that have literally flipped out are these 2. This was the first one, Message in a Bottle. Beautiful cards. And this is Yin. Can you see the rosiness? That reminds me of the colours of this one, of romance too. That's what it brings to mind, is romance. So let's look at this one first. So Message in a Bottle. Can you see you're given I think, I want to say a surprise here. A surprise message pops up, and that surprise message can lead on to other things, to deeper things, to things that you've not even thought of, and it may come to you in a surprising way. The flow, the ocean has a surprising way. The universe, if you want to think of it as the flow and the ocean, like the universe, has an interesting way of bringing to you that which you have asked for. So be careful what you ask for, especially today, what you wish for. It brings a lot to you, And this is an opportunity here. You know, there's a message, maybe it clears something up for some of you. I feel like something's being cleared up for some of you. It almost feels like something, I want to say something that's been a mystery or buried in the past. I'm kind of feeling like a family kind of thing, or something that within your circle. Something's come to light, and oh, okay, that's what happened, kind of feeling with that one. But this is definitely opportunities. This is definitely, yeah, golden opportunities, message in a bottle, a surprising thing is going to come from a conversation. That's what I'm feeling with that one. And I don't know if anybody's doing networking today. If you're out networking, then, you know, enjoy, have a chat. Just think of it as you're just chatting and getting to know new people. And you never know what's going to come out of that. It's a messenger you don't expect. It's somebody that you would probably least pick, to be fair. And the other one is yin. Can you see how beautiful? This is asking you to step into that feminine energy, that soft energy of love. And look at all the sparkles. I do like sparkles, as you can probably tell. I do like sparkles. And a friend of mine said to me, Hannah, whenever I see you, your energy's fizzing and sparkling. And I go, yeah, no, I just love it. So yeah, step into that love energy. But remember, with yin, you also need yang, yin and yang, to balance each other out. So step into this by all means. Maybe you are always in yang, or got, you know, sort of more in yang than in yin, but you need to be balanced. You need to find that balance. But at the moment, embrace this energy. It feels like a beautiful, be kind to yourself energy. You know, we need to love ourselves first before we can truly step in and love others. Loving others helps us to heal ourselves, as well as we help others to heal through that too. So step into self-care, self-love, self-respect, those things for yourself. But also when you do that, you project it out to others too. All the people around you are just wanting some love from you, is what I'm being told here. That's an interesting one. I just need one more card to round this up. What other message have we got here today? Oh, okay. That one flipped right out. That makes sense. And just to remind you, there is no place like home. So if you are dissatisfied with your home as it is, or parts of your home, then, you know, go to that corner, tidy it up, clear it up, and make it what it is that you want it to be. And, you know, if you haven't cleansed or cleared your house out with sage, then take some time today to do that. It'd be a great day to let go of the old energy and welcome in the new energy. Just remember, when you are saging, to open the windows and allow the old energy out. And my friend always says, from Lou from Something Kind of Woo, always says use Palo. I have got some in one of my drawers. Palo afterwards to bring in positive energy. And I think some people say sage does the same too, but sage is also a good clearing. If you feel, excuse me. If you feel there's a lot of negative energy, or there's been heavy energy in the house or around you, then my suggestion would be use dragon's blood. And it's a combination of sage and dragon's blood, or something else, not actual dragon's blood, but something else. And it's really, really strong. I love dragon's blood, I have to say. And the work I do with people, helping them to release stuff and to let go. Actually, I need to do that quite frequently here in my office. So I hope that all makes sense to you. I hope there has been things there for you to take away with you and to use and to be helpful. My aim is always to be helpful, hopeful and inspirational, to help you move forward and to bring a bit of a smile on your face. You know, even if it's the fact that you like looking at my roses. A client brought me those last week. They were beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So have a great day today. It's very powerful. Use the energies for your own advantage, which will automatically spread out to others, by the way. Do things with kindness, with love, with gratitude, And, you know, if you need to take a little bit of time for yourself, then find the space to do that, to sit quiet, to ground, as I mentioned earlier, into the earth, and to keep those energies and yourself stable and centered and at one with yourself. Please take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. If you really enjoyed the content, then please give me a like. I've forgotten the rest. Follow or subscribe. That would be really lovely. It always helps me to grow as a channel. And my main aim, or my aim, is always to reach more people and help bring a smile to as many people as possible. So if this has made you smile, please just give me a thumbs up. It makes my day. Anyway, have a fantastic day. Take care, and I will see you soon.